this before. Yay! Lovely to see you, Ruby.
How are you, Anita?
So I'm good. I'm really good today. I'm already projecting into the future because I know the weather's about to change.
Oh, what a shame. I mean,
And I'm such a sun person, you know, who isn't really?
we
So I'm struggling with that. But so I'm going to go for a lovely long. Are we allowed an hour's walk?
of course you can. If you keep the distance, and I
Yeah.
think it's your one time of the day.
I'll use your brush to keep the distance. I just saw that. Ruby, I've got your brush on hand because I want to ask you about this later. Because I think what's come out of everything that's happened is we need fewer, better things. You know, we've got to stop buying things that because we want instant gratification and they're there and they're nicely packaged and they're £2.50. It's a false economy. And your brush really does simplify things. So I love it. So I'm going to ask you about that as well. How to use it, how to make the most of it, because I think people have seen it, but they may not know. And I just wanted to introduce you as this most incredible woman who is so accomplished. And what I love about you more than anything, more than your MBE, more than your beauty, more than your kindness, is your no-nonsense, honest approach. You do not, you don't say things just to please people. You're who you are. And which is always kind. It comes from a good place. But I mean, you've known, you know, Rena's your daughter, right? She's Urban Retreat. And I've known you for,
Long time.
Long time. It must be 16 years or so, I think now.
I remember when we shared offices. Do you remember?
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember we were training, me and Millie, for my wedding in 2010. And we'd go, the trainer used to have us running up and down the stairs, like one end would be Millie, the other end would be there. And then we'd all have to say, Anita's in there working, let's be quiet. You know, we weren't ladies as such.
And when you started training before the wedding, was that when you really got into fitness in a big way?
You know what? I'd love to say, oh, yes, I'm so into fitness. No, I've got two younger brothers. They are super fit, super thin. I was always a skinny, thin little Lizzie, you know, like...
You're lucky. So you're lucky.
Now,
but you do work out.
But what used to happen is when you're really thin, you kind of think, because clothes look all right and you might look fashionable, but you don't seem to worry about your health and well-being and things that can come with age and lifestyle. You know, you forget those things. And then this article came. It was a magazine that was called Easy Living.
Yes, I remember.
Remember? So it no longer exists. What a shame.
It is a shame. It was a good magazine.
Yeah, and they were going to do a feature on Millie because she just had her little baby and it was hard to lose the baby fat.
Yes.
And for me, I thought, well, what am I going to do? I've got a little bit of pooch on my top of my tummy and I've got to look good in my wedding dress because I'm older now, much older. So that was it, that kicked us. You know, we had trainers and there was not going to be any airbrushing, anything, no holding your tummy in. You had to be like that. You had to stand sideways and do.
You were amazing to show. I remember you wearing lycra leggings.
I had
in
that.
lilac.
And for me, it's still there now, a little bit of belly fat that's over your internal organs.
Yeah.
So if you're older and...
Martin! Your lovely Martin is
I don't have that much fat, but it's all over your internal organs.
Yeah.
Oh, bless him. Martin's giving his Sunday afternoon for us.
I know. I have to ask you about Martin too. I want to ask you about Martin. Can I move away from belly fat for a sec? When did you meet Martin and how?
I met him in Antigua when Martin's always been in hospitality in the hotels. And I was on holiday with my daughter in 2004 and we were guests. So at the end of the day, he was a proper gentleman, no hanky-panky, no weirdness because, you know, we're guests. He sat for that, so he can't then... in that outrageously with one of his guests. So it was only when we came back from Antigua, I went off on a shoot to Miami and I must have mentioned in passing, I was staying at the Raleigh in Miami and we had exchanged numbers, but he's younger than me. So I never ever, if I'm dead honest, I used to think, oh, he probably loves Rena, I'm probably interested in Rena. It's just been nice to the mum.
Oh, but did you fancy him?
I think I really liked him, but no, I didn't. It didn't even come
Into your radar, yeah.
I just thought, a young man, he's a whippersnapper, very nice man, but I just didn't think, oh, it's for me. I was always thinking of, by that time I was still in my late 40, you know,
Right.
oh, it would be somebody a lot older and, you know, that fit the, you know, I wasn't looking. I wasn't making the two connections. When I got to Miami and he had actually reached out by sending a flower and saying, yes, this is for you.
Oh,
I nearly felt, that's when I got all shy and like, and that's when you start to think, oh yeah, he's quite nice, but he's a bit young, isn't he? And then my mum said, you know what? You had the textbook one before, he was 10 years older. This one is 10 years, 11 years younger.
yeah, try this.
And let live. So, nano steps, and then we're here now.
Yeah, and it's gosh, long time. Okay, so then you got fit for the wedding, but you've remained like that since, right?
I didn't hear that, sorry.
So you got fit for the wedding, fitter, you were fitter.
For the wedding, and I tell you, I trained minimum 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And we had to do something on our own, like a cardio, going for a run or doing all this kind of thing. Dance lessons, all kinds of things. It was strength, cardio, whatever. And it was amazing. And that's when I realized, oh my God, it's not in my nature, but I liked it.
Yes.
And there was another big gap, you know, so you take it on, there was another big gap over the years until it was Rena's wedding last year. So then from 2018, 19, because she'd had a series of operations and things like that, and she'd put on weight and had to take time until she was properly healed before she could really train. Yeah. And then we went to White City Soho House, which was the new opening. And Martin said, you remember, get in there.
Yeah.
Use the space.
Yeah.
And me and Rena did. And do you know what? It was amazing. So that's my second bout. If I'm honest, I will always try and find an excuse to not work. I'll do laundry, I'll do cleaning, I'll do letters, I'll do whatever. But then when I've actually taken that time and your face is glowing, there's no feeling like it, is there?
Yeah. Your cleaning routine does look quite dynamic.
It's humor. So look, at the end of the day, no, in this lockdown, no 2 days are the same for me.
No.
I mean, I've always been freelance, so I've had time on my own at home, unlike other people.
But you know something is coming, right? You know it's law of averages, something is coming. But then after this is over, you're going to be so busy because suddenly all these bookings are...
I'm touching wood, Anita. I can only hope. We don't really know, do we? Because as artist, I'm not, all I can do is touch people. Yes, I can wear gloves, but I won't get the same effect. I've seen a couple of things where they've done a couple of shoots where they're doing them remotely, where, you know, the makeup artist will tell the model how to do the makeup, the hairdresser's telling them do like that, and the but which is great. What a lot of burden on that poor model. Not only has she got to do her hair, she's got to do her makeup, she's got to do this, she's got to watch that. So she can't actually be free about doing that most creative part of what she does. So I do understand I do understand the work, but our world has totally had an upside down changeover. I have always been hygienically clean. Anyone knows I am a clean freak.
Of course,
But if people then don't want me to touch them, or I'm worried about all this, I don't know. I'm very positive. I think we just have to wait and see how it pans out. Then there's the business aspect of, I've got, like you said, that lovely brushes and things on the market.
I've given every other one away. I've washed them and given them all away.
It's not in Space NK like your lovely products are, but
it should be.
All those doors are shut, aren't they? All the lovely places. It is. It's in Glen Eagles. It's in a lovely boutique in Sweden. Maybe that's the only place it is selling because those doors are still open. But other than online, and everybody is squeezing for that little bit of business. And like you said, I launched only last September, and we've, I've had already nearly 2 months of it, not like full, but
yeah,
I think
it's coming. I really do believe when we come out of this, this is a brilliant product because it is a one simple, does it all, and it's well made. It looks pleasing.
I hope so, because I think
I
sometimes people
feel it.
think, why did you just do that? And I think I haven't got them to show you here, but I've got
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of brushes
Yes.
for work and for me and over the years. And there's some amazing brushes out there, amazing makeup artists and other just amazing brands out there. And I just thought this brush is really to make it easy, is as well as not instead of. I want it to be hygienic in your bag, in your desk if you ever get back to work from the office.
Yeah, and we need something for that.
Travel, if we're lucky enough to do that coming soon. Just simplify your life. So and when we are eventually allowed out, you can slip it in your handbag. So that I've done my, and that's just for topping, brushing up. Artists, makeup artists that I know, professional ones, they love it because they can do the makeup and then they take it on set, on location, studios. I'm not blowing my trumpet, but I think it's a multi-purpose. It's not just
brilliant.
a one-dimensional product.
It's brilliant, and it's in your signature color. And even when I go out, I don't like carrying handbags. I carry as little as I can, and that's perfect because it will fit into a teeny little bag.
No,
I just don't like. Yeah.
You could break it up and say that was the only brush you'd used. You just put the lid on it, and that tiny bit you throw in your bag.
Do you know, I didn't even think of that. You don't have to take the whole thing.
If you've used that as your lipstick brush, yes, the smudger, you clip that in, and you just take that with you. You don't have to take the whole.
I didn't even think of that. Oh my goodness, I didn't even think of that. I absolutely love it. I think that actually, in some ways, Ruby, the fact that it's only just launched is a really good thing. Because now is what we need. I really do believe that. Now is when we need things like that. So how are you coping with being at home? Because you and Martin are both people who are out all the time meeting people. It's your life.
More than ever. But, he's been nearly 6 weeks from home, back to back at Zoom, where I've got to tippy-toe around the house thinking,
so how are you finding the dynamic?
Vacuuming, he's like, really? I'm thinking I have to be all quiet. That's why I did that thing, scrubbing, cleaning before he can start his 9 o'clock. That's why I look like a witch, but I'm trying to get it all done.
How do you get your time? How do you have your space then within your space? How do you find time to? Because it's not natural to be with somebody 24/7, right?
No,
even if you love them. So how are you finding that?
We are lucky, and we are lucky because that we genuinely like each other, not just love each other. And we like each other's company. And
that's a very good point, because you can love someone and not
like yourself. And you've got kids as well, you've got children. At least yours are not so young, but when you've got those all added pressures. And even for us, I think you designate the areas. Like I know this living room, dining room, I give him that space because there's light and he doesn't feel boxed in. I can actually talk to someone lying on my bed, can't I? I've got a big window there. I can just pop up with a pillow and spray my Morley, my rose. There you go. This super I love. I don't want to spray it. Close my eyes. And I do that, and then in between each phone call, so I'm all sort of spruced up, I can lie on my bed and do that. I can go in the kitchen, in the basement, but it's very light. I can sit in the garden. I can go right upstairs to my stroke office, but it's a bit of a bomb site there now because I've got all these products coming in, and I just take them up and I just put them up there.
Did you ever sort your Vogue magazines out?
Oh my God, they're still in storage. I started half of it, and I haven't finished the rest because we've had lockdown, and I could only open on Saturdays from I think 10 to 2.
Right.
I will, but funnily enough, this whole coronavirus and lockdown has made me value that it's been like that for years. I don't need to. Now I could even chuck them out and it won't bother me because there are more important things, aren't there?
But would Rena like them one day?
She'd like them, but then she hasn't got the sport. Again, it's that aspect of which I didn't realise what a little hoarder I am. And, you know, like, I think a lot of us have realised, I didn't think, I thought, my God, I'm like mini mum here. Not in a horrible, dirty way where you can't live, but it's because I was born in Africa and being Asian, I always think, I can't just chuck that away. Give it to someone, or it has to be of use to somebody.
When you came here, Ruby, how old were you when you came from Africa?
When I came to England, we were 12. Sorry, I was 12.
You were 12. And were your parents, did they come here with literally nothing?
No, we were on holiday. We were on vacation.
Right, okay.
So we'd left Nigeria, where my father was a doctor, and we were going to go then East Pakistan, because it wasn't...
He was a doctor?
He was a doctor, my father was a doctor.
So in some ways...
And we were here on a vacation, and then we were going to go, and then I probably would have been sent to Darjeeling, to boarding school or something like that. And we never could go, because the war started, civil war, and he didn't have a job in Africa. And you're not going to take a whole family to a war zone. No. So we were staying in a lovely hotel, and we'd never had TV growing up. So we were like in seventh heaven, watching telly, doing walking. I mean, it was bliss. And then eventually this war went on and on. Then he found a job. He bought a house in Putney and put us in school. And that's from 1973 onwards. There you go. We're here.
Wow. Wow. And did you love it straight away?
No, because it was free. No, I did love it, but it was freezing, flipping cold. That cold you couldn't get out of your bones.
And Ruby, in those days, did you suffer any racism at that time?
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
There was some, but I can't say I have faced it in a nasty way. It was always there. You know, the National Front there, you had to be careful because we were in Wandsworth, so they did zoom around. If we saw somebody, I didn't make eye contact, you just sort of cross the road. At school, yes, there would be something, you know, I wore glasses and they'd go, oh, are you a Paki? Are you a Paki? And I used
to get that too, a lot.
I'm from Bangladesh, you know, like, not understanding.
But you knew it was derogatory and it was uncomfortable, right?
And then you realise that. They'd go, Ruby Murray, and I'm like, no, Ruby Ahmed. I just didn't understand.
Yes.
Actually, look, we're street savvy. If you're raised in London, you know to stand up for yourself sometimes, and sometimes you just have to look the other way and bite your lip.
See, but that's going full circle. That's what I mean about you. Gosh, that confidence, because I remember it got me really badly. I used to get really upset by it and scared. It felt like bullying, and I didn't like it. And I didn't know how to look after myself, and I did look the other way, but I didn't know really how to not take it personally, because I
take it personally. Maybe because we were immigrants already in Nigeria, so we were not the native, you know. So I just kind of took it that people that love you or know you, will get to know you, and the people who don't, you can't sort of add petrol to the fire.
No.
You can just sort of, they don't know you. Well, if they don't like me, you don't like me. Get stuff.
Very good. Very good.
But people who care about me or know me, and I'm thinking, I remember I had a really good friend at school, and her name was Pat Sharman, and she wouldn't come, you know, when we'd come home for dinner, she goes, oh no, I can't eat curry because it's all green. And I was like, it's only green because it's like the horrible curry that they give us at school dinners.
Yes.
It was vile. And I said, just come home one day, eat your mum's curry and see what you think. When she'd had that, and then she realised, and then we'd be all there, like, you know, getting ready Friday night or Saturday night to go to the disco. I was shut up doing my hair, so they'd do my hair, makeup. My mum would feed us. And that was important, that somebody I knew and cared about should know that curry is not green, like that mixed up one. That I took personally. Everything else, I was able to think, you know what, that's a little bit of ignorance. They don't know me. I'm not going to take it personally. But there were horror stories.
You have the intelligence to know that. That is emotional intelligence.
if it was emotional intelligence or just, I've never been one to not confront what's in front of you. So I don't go away and hide. I kind of, it all comes out and I
Which is
discuss it.
brilliant.
And I
Really
try and
good.
find more information about it. And then I realise it's political, or it's about power, or they just don't know, or it's a bit of hateful, or that's how they've been raised. That's not how I've been raised. I love this country. Am I going to hate everybody because of a few National Front years ago and called me on the tube? No. So I just did a little bit of that. That's all. But that doesn't mean it doesn't get you, because it did happen once, which was actually horrific, where I was on the tube and somebody bumped into me on I don't know, they bumped into me. They bumped into me, but naturally I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And he goes, "Oh, you should be fucking, you should go back where you came from," and all of that. And for some 1 second, this fire went from my feet to my head, and I went, "How dare you?" I said, "What?"
You didn't.
I did. I said, "What do you think you're talking about?" I said, "You bumped into me and I was being polite enough to you." And then in the end he went, "I get stuffed." And I went, "No, you get stuffed." And then I sort of marched off, and then I realised it was a very high escalator. Where it might have been Knightsbridge or something. It's a very high escalator, and I thought, I've just gone in front of this guy.
Yeah.
He could have just pushed me down and I would have ended up with brain damage. But it was just a bit of, at that stage, I thought, no, I've got to stand up for myself. I'm not having that. And then you sort of realise, oh, that would have been a bit. But I felt good that
But your attitude may have stopped him from doing that to someone else. Wow. God, I admire you for that. I really do. Wow. And does that metal come from mum, do you think? Does that metal, does it come from mum?
I think as we've gotten older, I've realised she's the backbone of our family. You know, like that's why I miss her so much.
Yeah.
But in my youth, that figure was my father, because he's educated, he was intellectual, he was not the fun-loving social one, but he was very warm, very physically affectionate, and very emotionally connected. So he would sit there hugging my brothers just the same as he would hug me. He would say things to I remember when my brother was going out, probably with the first time with the girls, and my father said, "Have you got enough money?" And I remember being at the top of the stairs and my brother was just going out the door, and he said, "Always remember, you know, whoever this young lady is," we didn't know who she was, but he was saying, "Always remember, you've got a sister and you've got a mum."
Wow.
She is somebody's daughter, she's somebody's sister, she's somebody's thing. You must behave respectfully. If you haven't got any money, I'll give you my credit card. And he said, "No, no, Dad, I've got some money."
Wow.
He didn't distinguish between men and women. You know, he was always fair. So I'm very lucky. I think I've got that from both parents.
Very lucky.
Social, the backbone, the bit of you can bite your lip and give what for when it's needed. That's probably mum. Yes.
Wow. Wow. You are so lucky. And I'll remember your father's comment when Manav is dating. I'll remember that.
You've got a young son.
Well, he's 16, so he will, you know, at some point start dating.
Nearly there. He will start.
Yeah.
And it's very important for my father that you must realise that you have a sister, you have a mum. It is not right. And if you don't like her or you don't do, but it's good for the father figure to say that. And it's not like, I'd never seen my dad in all those years, like friendship with my mum or anything like that. You know, I don't know about you. I've never seen, all I've seen him is very gently with his hand. He'll put his hand at her back and just lead her out the door.
I did once walk in on it.
Oh,
God, that was not pleasant. And then you can't erase that memory from your mind, you know. So yeah, I did once, and I realized, God, they're human too, you know. This is what people do. That's why they have 7 children. So come on, you know. But in front of us, they were very respectful, and we were very respectful. We would be. I wouldn't even wear a short skirt in front of my dad. I'd put it in my bag and wear it when I got out, and he well knew that I was going to do that.
I was very lucky in that I didn't have to hide who I was outside.
You were lucky. And maybe that's why, Ruby, you are the way you are, because coming full circle, I was going to say, I've known you 16 odd years, and Rena has this incredible urban retreat, and not once did you say, Anita, I'll introduce you to Rena. And I really admire that, because your attitude was, you will get there on your own merit if it's right for Rena and it's right for the brand. And I'm not going to have any part of that. And I really admire that. And not once, I never once felt that you should either. I never once felt it, because your morals are very, but I do know, if I came to you and I said, Rena, Ruby, I know this, that you know this person, would you mind introducing me? You'd have no problem with that.
Oh, absolutely not.
I know that.
Even for Rena, when we first met and when Mauli first came, she was in Harrods. It wasn't like in a retreat, which is only urban retreat, the White House, which is only a year, not even a year old.
Incredible. It's incredible.
Only July last year she opened. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So up until then, I did say to her, weirdly enough, I said, you know, my friend Anita, and she said, Mum, I love it. I like the products. I've seen it. And she said, we don't do very well. Because we're small. You've got many more products. And
we didn't have many SKUs. We did.
And she said, because Harrods were numbers driven and it wasn't their store, you had to sort of go through Harrods, you had to give a whole chunk to them. It would have been upstairs in Urban Retreat, not on the lower, you know, it's nothing to do. So she was very honest with me, and that's why I would be the same with you, to say, it's not going to be fair to you to come in there, not do well,
I agree.
To leave.
No, but Ruby, even if you didn't, but what I love is that you are who you are, and you're really kind, but you're honest, and I think that integrity is so important. It's so important. I know where I stand with you. Like, I would never, you know, if somebody were to say to me, Ruby said this about you, I think, no, she didn't. I know Ruby. I know what she's like, you know. I have complete trust.
Bless you for knowing that. Bless you.
Completely.
Some people don't know. Think they
that's
know.
More about them. That's more about them than you, isn't it? It's a projection. So Ruby, I could talk to you till Christmas, but tell me now, when people are staying home, like when I'm putting on makeup now, it feels really alien to me, and I'm not even sure if I know how to do it anymore, because it's been such a long time. Anita, I really don't.
Listen, I'm not blowing smoke up your arse. You are one of the most naturally beautiful woman in my life and on this planet, inside and out, Anita. And then when I look at you, beautiful hair, gorgeous eyebrows, lovely eyes, nice strong nose, great skin, good mouth. I've never seen you disheveled and like rough looking. So I don't know what you're talking about, but with the lockdown, I think we've got a little time, and we're doing more of this kind of Zoom calls or conference calling, or having to just
Leanne, lovely Leanne.
So I think you know, if you ever wanted, again, for me to give you a brush up skills, I can, but I think the most, if you're able to have your skin looking good.
What do you do for that, Ruby? What do you do for your skin?
You've got to have, and everyone is different, right? Every age, every different colouring, different whatever's going on. Have a routine. You don't have to follow my routine, but you have to have a routine in place, so that you're cleansing your skin, you are hydrating it, you are sporadically exfoliating it to get rid of the dead scales. What those products are, there's billions of products out there. We can go through stages of them, but at the end, clean, protect, hydrate, slough off where you can, then pay attention to things like your stress level, eating proper. Nothing, the skin is not going to look good if it's not good from the inside. It'll help that you've got to make, you know, some sort of routine in place. That, you know, try to sleep. A lot of us in the beginning of all this were very anxious and things. So things like, you know, for Morley, I've got my sleep timer pillow spray. I'm nearly running out there, but you know.
I have to send you more.
just whatever it takes, not using the tablets and our phones and blue light, whatever you can, spraying our pillows, spraying ourselves, using, you've got lovely, Ayurvedic, proper, clean oils, but another one I love is from Aromatherapy Associates, the Deep Relax.
Yes.
For people to put in the bath,
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you use something that you know works for you.
Yeah.
Meditation, sometimes my mind is racing too much and I'm not able to do it, but even 5 minutes, a minute, anything to just quiet and still that mind.
Yeah.
Just being grateful. Can you imagine? Just like I learned something ages ago, years ago, and I don't even know who said it. He said, when you first wake up, touch yourself. Oh, I am alive. If you're lucky enough to have somebody that sleeps with you, your husband, your partner, your boyfriend, your child, touch them and see that they're breathing. Be grateful for them. Then I do. This is me. I pray for my parents' soul because they're both gone, and I say forgive their sins and hope they rest in peace. There's a Muslim one little word. I say it.
What's the word, Ruby?
It's called, it's just really to say, forgive their sins, and on the day of judgment that they judge properly.
But it's just a word.
Just a tiny little, it's a little thing. So I say that. Then I'm grateful for my child, Rena. I wish her every happiness, health, longevity, peace, love, all of that. My 2 brothers, my mother-in-law, this is my immediate nuclear family. Then Leanna, who I work with.
Lovely Leanna. Incredible
Anjali,
Leanna.
who I work with. Yeah. My uncle in Bangladesh. There are some dear closest friends. And then I do one where, you know what? I just pull up as many of my friends' faces as you're getting out of bed, like just be thankful for all of them. Yeah. When I think of you, and I think of her and her family. So I can't say Bitu, I can't say this one, I can't say, but I just say Anita and all of her loved ones, like that. So you do as many as you can, but as you're brushing your teeth, as you've gone to put the kettle on, you run through as many as you can. And during the course of the day or the week, you will have incorporated whoever might have occurred to you on that day. It's true.
You do that every morning?
I try to. So my family, first ones get to me. And now with the coronavirus, you do it for the whole universe because they're all out there, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you just say, too numerous to mention, too getting ready, and just say, please, the one above, it doesn't matter what God, what thing, just to say, please, save our planet, save all of us, give us the courage and the strength, and let's do the right thing.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. So once you're grateful, things aren't so bad. And even in that moment, just take a breath when it's like, oh my God, it's not like I've not been overwhelmed. I have, and I am frequently. I just take a big breath, and at the end of that breath, you'll already be a bit calmer, and you can do a bit more, and then you can deal with what has to be dealt with. You can't hide though. No, this much I believe. You cannot hide, cannot run away from it.
Ruby, how's this changed your perspective of what you now want coming out of this?
Well, look, it's obviously shown us that we are so freaking busy doing what? And then when we're at home, but in another way, we're so bloody busy doing all of this stuff. Here, as human beings, we're going to be busy little bees. It doesn't matter. We just need
it's in our nature.
We're just going to have to learn now to know, my God, when I didn't have a choice, I made these kind of things, or I put it in my control this way. So that's where we're going to have to do the same when we start going, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, yes, 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 no, 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 no. There'll be an initial euphoric thing where we will be so excited to see everyone and touch everyone, do that it will be, but after that we can also say no. We're not obliged to have to meet everybody, see everyone, do everything, go everywhere, try everything. Hello? Take a breath. This forced us to take a breath. And so now we're going to have to put that into our mechanism when we get forward. That work isn't the be all and important everything. Family is, and it's shown it to us. I'm not the best cook, but I've tried, I always eat well, but I tried because it's a very nurturing, lovely thing to be able to do. Like my mum was a great cook, my daughter's a great cook. I'm not, and I have to make peace with it. But at least no one starved on my watch, did they?
You don't know the delivery Martin's been ordering, do you?
I get
You
some.
don't know about that.
I do. I still get some in between, but you still, you know, how much can you just eat from out all the time? You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. You've got to do some of that at home. I don't want to waste food either.
No, of course. Yeah, Bitu hates wasting food. He's like, you know, even if there's something in the fridge that's gone past its sell-by date, he'll say, that's just a marketing thing. I am not throwing anything. We have to finish it.
Well, this
So,
is it.
yeah.
Like,
But
Martin
luckily, I've got Bitu and I've got a dog who can polish it all up.
use it. And I just wish I was a bit more of an inventive cook, that I could do that in a better way. But I'm getting better.
So you're saying that for beauty, it's for you as well. It's about inside out before anything else.
It's always been inside out, Anita, because when I've worked with models that are, they're invariably they're a lot younger. You know, now when you're doing red carpet or you've got actresses or you've got models, it's okay now. This is, in a funny way, it's as diverse as this has got. We've got models of all ages and all sorts of appearances. When I first started, they were pretty much young. They were young.
Yes.
You know? But even with the youth,
you
can tell if somebody's a smoker because the way the skin feels. You can tell if they're not eating properly or they're just doing it to lose weight, because their agency would tell them, be on a diet. You can see there's no vibrancy to the skin. You can see of course you can. You can see there's no glow to there. I can put it on with makeup, but
even when they're young, you just assume they'll have a glow.
That's when you say to them, I was a little bit older than them, but as I've gotten older now and the model is younger and they look at me and they go, oh, and they realise my age and they go, what do you do? And I go, well, this. And then they look and I said, if she's a smoker, I said, try to give that up. Try to give that up. And they go, how do you look like that? And I said, yeah, because I don't smoke. Or they go, what do you do for your skin? And I said, I don't have things done. I just maintain a routine, but you've got to eat well so it gives you energy and it's nutrients and all of those things. More and more, we are most woke now. People are aware, aren't they, about breathing, about yoga, about well-being, about exercise, about sun protection, about inner outer connection, more than ever before. You know, like, but knowing is one thing, but you have to practice it, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Also, without practicing it until you become a robot, that you become a sort of a hollow thing. I'm just this. I just do this. I do I stretch. I've got no. You do everything you can with a balance and a reason, and you'll see. Like now, models need to have energy where she can go the whole hour, jumping up and down, doing this, doing that. Just looking like that isn't going to be enough.
No.
Those they can express more of their personalities through Instagram and all the things like that, whereas before it was like a mute.
That must be really hard for models, actually, because some of them must be introverts, and it must be very hard that they've got to market themselves now to be larger than life personalities. And
I think this is the thing about technology and social media. Look, for the ones who are naturally exuberant and outraged, what a great tool. But what about the girl she's a freaking great model when she's in front of the camera, but she's not, that doesn't mean she's a bad model. It just means she doesn't do that on Instagram. Neither am I. I'm a bit technophobic. It's not second nature to me.
No, nor me.
You know, but we've learned. We keep abreast of things. But I will do it to my ability and to my thing.
Same here. Yeah. And only as many times as it is interesting and fun, not because we need it. But if as a model you need it, gosh, that can't be easy now. That can't be easy.
It's really hard. Like when you're a brand now, all the things we have to do brand-wise to be this, to be that.
Yeah.
It's seriously hard on top of things. Makeup artists, you know, like when it all first kicked off, and I think I'd just lost mum, and I was kind of in a deep down burrow over there, and then raised my head, and I was like, well, I've got to do this on top of like trying to get my book into shape again and get the most up-to-date work. I've got to Well, I've only got a few. I've not got any. What's Instagram? Oh, I've got to get more followers on there. If you don't
Would
get
you
that
write
job,
another book, Ruby? Would you write another book with
I
everything that
think
you've learned?
genuinely, if somebody
Yeah,
out there
yeah,
wants to, I know what would I? Yes, I would. I'm
yeah,
open to any opportunity out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm open because if you don't talk, nothing comes out of it. It might lead to nothing.
Absolutely.
But I would like it. I would like
Yeah,
it. But
you'd be great to write a
no
book.
one's come knocking on my door just yet, and I haven't got like a idea. Like, look, Caroline Hirons has got that amazing book. Should have been out by now, but I think it's going to be in June. I've already ordered it. I'm waiting for Amazon to send it. But
Wow.
she's got something burning topic she has to,
Yeah,
she,
yeah,
she's done. Lisa Elder did a lovely book. Lang did a lovely book.
yeah.
So unless you've got something burning,
Wendy Rowe. But
Wendy
you've got,
did that.
but
Oh
you've
yes,
got
all of
a,
so there are all these people that have done it and they've come out with it. For me now, I had a book. Me and Millie had a book. It was called
yes, I
Face Up.
remember. Yeah.
And now, if somebody comes up with it, we'd have to discuss that we're not just adding more noise
You
to a
wouldn't add
busy
more
market.
noise.
Something relevant, pertinent. Of course, I would.
Yeah,
Of course.
I think if I picked up a book by Ruby Hammer, it would be about inside out beauty, it would be about kick-ass attitude, it would be about
Oh,
kindness, and it would be about not thinking that we have to have a 5-minute career, that we can actually have, and the career evolves with us, but we can carve out a life where we go slower and don't chase, we don't
so
just chase money.
write one with me then. I mean, all
I mean, you'd
this
be brilliant,
background.
Ruby. I'm working on a book and I'd love you to be part of it. I am working on a book. It's
Okay,
actually on,
so if
yeah,
because I've got an offer yet, but
yeah,
I'll take yours. If
yeah.
there's anything that's relevant or pertinent that I can help with my little bit of expertise, I'd
A
love to do that.
little bit of expertise. You're
Oh,
just,
I'd love to. I'd love
yeah.
to.
I'm working on one on Ayurveda and I don't know nearly enough about Ayurveda. I know a lot through my father-in-law and reading, but it takes a lifetime to learn this subject. But the
Yeah,
part that talks about skin health, so what I'm doing is I'm getting together brilliant people in their field.
yeah,
So the part that talks about skin health is something you really know about, that inside out, that routine. So that would be incredible because it needs to be a practical thing for now. And you
yeah.
would be amazing for that. And, we've talked so long that we don't even have time this time for a routine, but
I
I
know.
hope that we can do that next time. And going back to this little thing, I think
Yeah,
it is genius. And I, for one, feel that the timing when we come out of this is the perfect timing for it.
I can
I,
only hope. Thank you, Anita.
there's no hope because it is a brilliant product. Nothing can stop a brilliant product.
And it's
Something,
and I really want it to be for people like yourself, that somebody who's intelligent looks at it, it's useful, they can throw it in there, it looks good, it's practical. I
yeah,
didn't design that whole thing. I sourced it. It didn't come out of
yes,
my, it's been on
yes,
my radar for many, many years.
yes.
And I'm
But you were
glad
the one who tested it and said, okay, I know what's going to work.
and
I know we need this many units. I know, yeah.
patent, it's a patented product. I took it, I fine-tuned it my way. I've put it in my signature ruby red color. And some people say, why don't you do that bigger? Like to
Yeah,
have,
yeah,
like for a I'd love to do that, but again, I need to speak to my manufacturer. If she'd partner
yeah,
up with me,
yeah,
Anita, if you're
yeah,
listening, I'd
yeah,
love to do that. But
yeah.
you have to tool up for it. It has to be
Yes, the
practical.
tooling is the expensive part, right?
Whole
Yeah,
process. And
yeah.
now let's get back to some semblance of normality, or just
Where can people buy online now, Ruby?
on my website,
On your own
rubyhammer.com.
site. Okay, okay.
It's
This is
online.
something to buy now.
We're
This is
doing
something to buy now.
it nationwide and worldwide. So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing it everywhere. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again. And this lady saying, love listening to you both. Do you do a weekly session? Well,
we could do.
yeah, I could talk to
time.
Ruby. Do you know what? I could talk to Ruby all day long and it wouldn't be about makeup, first of all, because there's just so much more depth. I mean, makeup is, to me.
We have so many things.
Yeah.
When I see you, Anita, this is what we do.
Yeah, exactly. I want to ask you more about your mum. I want to ask you more about your father. I didn't know he was a doctor. your brothers, your relationship with Rena, because you have this incredible relationship. And I saw what you did for her recently, where you and Martin went out. And what was the Love Heart done with?
Well, because it was their first year wedding anniversary, 12th of April, and it was such an amazing wedding. And, you know, we would have had a wonderful anniversary, some sort of, you know, celebration. I remember my mum would be, that first phone call would be from my mum saying, happy anniversary, you know, whether it was, when it was to me and George, now to me and Martin, you know, she only lived another 2 years after I got married.
But she adored Martin, right?
She
adored Martin.
Did. So I wanted to do that for them, but there's no way. So we just walked over and on the Lamason, and then we had a bit of toilet paper, and then we just did a heart, but it kept flying off, so we had to put stones on it. It wasn't the most beautiful heart, but it was just something to knock on their door and say, oh, look here. And just, it's a gesture.
That was an incredible gesture. I don't see how a meal could have beat that gesture. I mean, it was incredibly kind and heartfelt.
Mark it for them.
Yeah, and you spared your toilet roll, man. I mean, that's love. Okay, that's love.
I didn't waste a lot of it. It was just a tiny bit, and it was a misshapen heart. The message
Ruby,
was...
That's a really good idea. Next time, can we do facial massage with you? Could you do that for us? That would be incredible.
Yes.
So and when we get off now,
I would, you know, so much that I would love. I'm not trained, so I don't do it. You know, I wouldn't be like Nicola Joss or Anastasia, where they are. That is what they do. I could do a simple one to show you this is what I do, and anything you know from all your knowledge to help me do that. Maybe we'll do that. We won't have any makeup on. We'll actually have a headband. We'll sit there, and I'll take squirts of your oil or whatever, and we'll do a bit of that.
That's a good idea.
Doing makeup, we do massage. I do that skincare prep beforehand, and it does make the skin look livelier and more glowing and whatever, you know. So yes, that might.
Would love to do that. Would love to do that. It would be very hard for me not to talk to you about other things, but we'll have a go at focusing a little bit, and then I can ask you about other things. Thank you so much, Ruby, and I hope you have the most glorious Sunday. Are you going to go for your walk shortly?
The weather's about to change, so we have to make the most of it. And
exactly.
You've got other things you're going to be doing with Bitty tonight, so
I'm going to take, because Hampstead is very close by. I'll go for a walk in Hampstead because it would be divine being on the heath now. It's not far from you either, right?
No, not far.
So it'll be a lovely place to walk now. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope everyone has a lovely day. Yes, Emily, it would be divine to get Ruby back, and we will get Ruby back. And if you have specifics, if you want to have specific things you want Ruby to do other than massage, do let us know. And thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And you'll see it again on our live later. And thank you, and everyone have a wonderful day. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Lots of love.
Hi, Katsubutu. Bye. Bye. Take care, Ruby. Bye.
Bye-bye.